I'm going to show you how to make thousands of dollars every single month. Now, I recently discovered one of the easiest side hustles I have ever seen in my online journey. I literally wish I would have found this side hustle when I started back in 2010. Literally anyone can do this. It doesn't matter your age, it doesn't matter your location, and it's going to give you a brand new passive income business. And it doesn't take much to get it off the ground. The coolest thing about this side hustle is I'm even having my wife do this because I'm gonna show her how to get it done in the next 30 minutes. And literally this software does everything for you. And I'm gonna show you exactly how this works step by step, click by click. Now, if you are brand new to my channel, my name is Jonathan Montoya with Passive Income Lifestyles. And the purpose of this channel is to teach you how to build a full-time passive income business so you can achieve financial and time freedom. I used to work a 9-to-5 job as an electrical engineer, and within 9 months of starting my online business, I was able to go all in, quit my 9-to-5 job, and achieve that full financial and time freedom. So if you're interested in learning more, please subscribe to my channel because I'm coming out with videos almost every single day. Let's get into it. Now, the side hustle I'm going to be teaching you today is utilizing the biggest website on the planet, and that's Amazon.com. More specifically, we're going to be selling low content books on Amazon KDP, or if you've never heard of that, it's Kindle Direct Publishing. Now, the type of books we're going to be selling are things like notebooks, diaries, coloring books, these super simple books that you can create in literally 5 to 10 minutes. And I'm going to show you the software that allows you to create book after book after book, allowing you to make anywhere between $2,000 to even $5,000 every single month. And I'm going to show you proof of this, and I'm going to show you how you can start making money and the step-by-step process. Now, here are just a few examples of the type of books that you're going to be selling. So as you can see here, we have journals, we have planners, we're going to be having coloring books, and obviously there's not going to be any content inside of these books. The only thing that you need to do is you need to find a cover page or a design and add that book up to Kindle KDP. Now, the best part about this is you don't need any inventory. So let's just say somebody were to buy this book here, okay? Basically, Amazon is actually gonna print the book for you, and they're gonna actually ship this out to the customer, okay? Which is really, really cool because all you have to do is upload the book design, and then Kindle or Amazon is gonna do all the selling and telling and the fulfillment for you. Now, if you've never heard of Kindle KDP, this is basically a self-publishing website through Amazon.com that allows you to upload any book that you want, and then they're gonna do all the selling for you. This is the website right here. It's basically kdp.amazon.com, and I'm gonna show you step by step how to actually upload the book throughout this video, but I just want you to understand what Kindle KDP is, and we're gonna be utilizing the billions of people going to Amazon to get books. Now, the next question I get is, I don't know how to do the design. I don't know how to write a book. I literally have no experience in this. Well, that's okay because I'm going to show you the exact software that does the designs for you. And of course, you don't have to worry about writing the book because we're going to be doing things like notebooks, journals, coloring books, sketchbooks. Those are things that literally all you need is a cover, and then everything else is just filled out. So think of it this way. Check out this notebook here. As you can see, there's nothing inside. It's literally just a notebook. Now, all you have to do is create the design and upload it to Kindle KDP. You tell them how many pages you want in the book, 100, 200 pages, and then they're gonna start doing all the selling and telling for you. Now, I'm gonna tell you right now, the way you're gonna make the most money by selling these blank books is by literally figuring out the design that people want. Now, the software I'm going to show you not only creates the book, creates the design, it does everything for you, but more importantly, it does the research, right? If someone's looking for a certain design, right? Maybe sea turtles or maybe butterflies for a little girl, it doesn't matter, right? Someone's looking for a specific design, and this software is going to tell you the design that no one is creating, allowing you to create that design and making the most money possible. That's what's going to make you the most money, is doing the research, and I'm going to show you the software that literally does everything for you. Once you do the research, the book is the easy part. You can literally get it done in just a few minutes. So without further ado, let's get started step by step making money online selling Kindle KDP books. Let's go. Now, step number one in this whole process is we need this tool called BookBolt. Now, in just a second, I'm going to show you how you can get access to this at a special discount, but I want to explain what this tool does first. That way you understand the power of what this can do. Now, as you can see, we are on the BookBolt website, and as I go through it, you can see the most comprehensive low content book publishing software on the market. So this allows you to create these low content books, right? Things like journals, Sudokus, puzzles, coloring books. It gives you all these designs, and literally it does it for you, okay? So as I keep going through here, you can see it also does market research, right? So it allows you to spy on competitors, see what other people are doing, and you can find keywords that are gonna help you stand out from others. That's what this software does as well. Not only the design, but also the market research as well, which in my opinion is the most important part of this side hustle that we're gonna be going through. Now, of course, they have thousands of designs that you can use on the software itself. As you can see here, you can just simply use what they have, and you don't have to worry about paying the creator. This is all royalty free. The software is going to give you these designs literally royalty free, meaning you can use these without having to give credit to the original creator of the designs themselves. And as you can see, you can create puzzle books, activity books, connect the dots, Sudoku, mazes, coloring books, and even things as simple as a journal. Now, before you actually go to the website and get access to BookBolt, I actually reached out to them and asked them if I can get a special code to give you guys a discount, and they gave me access to an extra 20% off. So if you guys go to the first link in the YouTube description, click on that link, it's gonna give you access to a 20% discount code just for watching this video. So once you click on the first link down in the YouTube description and get your 20% off a BookBolt account, it's going to take you to this screen here. Now, I'm going to give you everything you need to get started in this video, but if there's any other questions that you have, or you're not sure about something that we talked about in today's training, they actually have a ton of training videos for every part of their software, just in case you get confused. But I'm going to be super thorough throughout this complete training, so hopefully you don't need to go back and watch any of these, but they do have it just in case. All right, so step number 2 is you're gonna head over to the cloud button here on the left, okay, as you can see here. But as you can see, if we go to the cloud, this is gonna be where we do the research, okay? This is literally the most important part, because think about it, someone wants a certain design of a coloring book or a notebook or a journal. So they're gonna be searching on Amazon this certain design. What if someone wants to search a butterfly notebook, right? Or a pink butterfly notebook, something very specific, right? Well, this software is gonna allow you to do the research so you can go ahead and create this very simple book and sell it to these people. Now, it's important that we find keywords and find books that people are actually searching, right? We want a fairly large amount of people searching this, but with low competition, okay? So I'm gonna show you exactly how we do this. Now, a quick note, as we're going through this research process, I don't want you to get emotional. I want you to look at the data that BookBolt is giving you, and I want you to choose a product that is actually gonna make you money, right? Don't go and create this random book just because you like the design. I want you to create a book that's going to actually make you money, and that's what this research is going to allow you to do. So the first step here is you're going to choose a category. Now, as you can see, there are tons of categories, from guest book, comic, puzzles, activity book, music sheets, tons of things that you can go and create. Now, I'm going to do something extremely simple in this example, and we're going to go and click on notebook. Now, again, you can go and create coloring books and puzzles and designs, but what I'm gonna do is just do a simple notebook, and I'm gonna search by the top 100. As you can see, best sellers here, okay? I'm simply gonna hit search. Okay, so once the results pop up, the next thing you wanna do is look at the results data. Now, if you drop this down, you're gonna see something really important. Now, that's the average price of the books we're going to be selling in this type of category, okay? This is where I would recommend you selling your books. Now, it doesn't seem like a lot, but I'm going to show you how to figure out how to sell, you know, just by selling one book, maybe 300 to even 500 books every single month, and that's going to add up over time, okay? So as you can see here, the average price is around $6 here, $6.61, so we can kind of price around that range. We don't want to go the highest, which is like 25 bucks, and obviously we don't want to go the lowest. I'm going to stick around the average price, but I'm also going to find designs that people actually want when I do this research. Now, the next thing is I'm going to start scrolling down to see what people are designing. So as you can see, these are all notebook designs, okay? Now, literally inside is all the same, right? It's literally just a notebook. The only thing we got to worry about is the design itself, okay? So I'm going to kind of scroll down and see what people are doing. Now, this stuff is very simple, as you can see here, but I'm going to kind of see what people are doing. This is kind of cool. You got like a mathematical or science type notebook, a horse notebook or unicorn. We got a sea turtles here on the right. So what I want to do is kind of see what I want to model so I can create my notebook or journal for my Amazon KDP book. So the next thing I want to show you is the potential earnings that you can make with this side hustle. Now I'm going to take an example of one of the best selling books and show you the potential with just one book. Okay, so let's just take this one here, the sketchbook. The cool thing is this software will tell you how many monthly sales that book is earning. Okay, so you can see about 513. I'm gonna actually pull up my calculator here and let's do some quick math. Okay, so it's selling, as you can see, for around $4.58 times 513. So that book alone is making around $2,300 per month. Now you got to realize this is only one book. Imagine if you create 5, 10, 20, 100 books with different designs, different things that people are searching. You could make a ton of money, okay? Now, of course, we have to work on getting our book to the top seller, but the more books that you upload to Amazon KDP, the more potential earnings that you're gonna have. But that's why the research is really important. But I just wanted to show you the potential of how this side hustle actually works and how you can make money with it. All right, so the next step in this process is gonna be to actually create the book cover. Now that we kind of see what other people are doing, I'm gonna take this example right here, okay? You can see here, this is a sea turtle composite notebook. I'm gonna do an example very similar to this, okay? Just because we can see that this is a top seller. And so I'm just gonna go and recreate this and I'll show you how we can do the research here in a little bit. But what we wanna do is now design the actual cover. Now, as I mentioned, you don't have to do any of the design yourself. This software will actually do it for you, okay? So step number 3, I want you to go up to your profile there on the top right, and I want you to go and click on the BookBolt designer here, okay? So you're gonna click on that. It's gonna pull up the actual designer. All right, so once we get to the design page, it's gonna take you to this pop-up right here, okay? So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna choose these settings for this specific type of book, okay? Remember, we're creating like this notebook. So we wanna click on cover, okay? We're just creating the front cover of the book, the front and the back. The next part is it's gonna ask you the trim size. Now, done a ton of research on this, and the ideal trim size that you want to choose is going to be a 6 by 9 inches. Now make sure you're taking note of all these things. That way you can optimize to have the best book on the Amazon KDP site, okay? The paper color, you're going to go to standard color white paper. The page count really depends on how big you want the book. Typically, I'm seeing 50 to 100 pages is what's working really well. Of course, remember, we're not printing these pages. We're literally just uploading the design, and then Amazon prints it for you and it sends it to the customer, okay? So I'm just gonna do 100, okay? Then you're gonna click on submit and it's gonna start generating the template, and I'll show you how to do the actual design very, very quickly. All right, so once you have your template ready to go, it's gonna look something like this. Now, real quick, I just wanna show you, as you can see, these little orange lines here. Basically, when you go and create your design, this is called the bleed area. So you don't wanna create a design that's in these areas here, okay? So just let you know, make sure it's within this space here. So very simple. So the next part here is we got to create our design, right? So this software literally does everything for you. Super cool. So you can upload your own images, you can have custom text, they even have shapes you can use. You could even draw inside the actual software itself. There's different layers if you're more advanced, tons of different things, effects. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do something fairly similar to what we found on the BookBolt research part of this, okay? So we're gonna do something like sea turtles, okay? Now, of course, you're gonna wanna do a lot more research with this, but this is just an example. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to images here, and I'm gonna see what they have first, okay? So I'm gonna go to resources. So in resources, I already typed in the word sea turtles. Now you can see there's a ton of designs that you can use. Now, I want you to know these are all royalty free, so you can use these without getting in trouble at all, okay? These are all royalty free, meaning you could use any of these. You don't have to give credit, anything like that, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm simply gonna use one of these and I'm gonna design my cover, okay? So I'm gonna just take this first one here. It's gonna import the actual photo. Now, what I wanna do is something similar to this here, okay? See how it has a lot of different sea turtles. So what I wanna do is go back. I'm actually gonna make this a little smaller. And I'm gonna do something called a grid repeat, okay? So maybe we'll make it around this size here. And right here where it says patterns, here at the top, you can see there's grid repeat. Now I'm gonna do a vertical bricks repeat. So what this is gonna do is it's gonna give you that design multiple times, okay? So now it's looking like a notebook. So to do that, so to create something like this in the middle, we're gonna go back and we're actually gonna go to shapes, okay? So under shapes, we're gonna click something similar. So let's just start with this here and we're gonna go ahead and add this in here. So like that. I'll change the color in just a little bit. So I'm just gonna make this a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and put that in the middle there. Maybe we'll make this white. So you can actually go and click on this right here on the colors. You can make this white, okay? So let's see how that looks. And we can mess with the colors a little bit later. I just wanna go ahead and start getting the design figured out. So as you can see here, here's the white. Make this maybe a little bit bigger. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with the white here. Now the next thing is we're just gonna simply add the title, okay? So I'm just gonna go to the text here and I'm gonna choose the text here, and we can always change this a little bit later, but as you can see, tons of different fonts that we can use. I'm gonna go with, I don't know, maybe the blue bear, okay? So let's take a look here, and I'm gonna go in here and change that, okay? Just double click in there. And I'm just gonna put notebook, okay? And let's see, so we can change the color here if we want. Maybe we'll change this to black. If we click on that, we could actually change the color. We're gonna change that to black. See how that looks. Okay, looks okay. All right, next thing here is I'm gonna just actually kind of model some of these lines here. As you can see, it has these little lines at the bottom. Let's go ahead and do that. So I'm gonna go to shapes, okay? So shapes, it'll have this little line. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and add that in here. It's starting to look like a notebook, right? Copy that. It should let me copy here. There we go. So now we can, I'll do 3 lines here. So 1, 2, there we go. Good. So now it's looking like a notebook. Now you can write whatever you want in here. Obviously we can probably fix this up. So I'm gonna zoom up and make sure these are lining up correctly. There we go. All right, so now it's looking like a nice notebook, as you can see here. Now what we can do is just make sure this is all centered here. Okay, so as you can see, we have the notebook, we have the 3 lines at the bottom, and of course if you wanted to, you could always change the font, but for the purposes of this example, we're just going to leave it like that. All right, so now that we designed the book, the next step is to now download the cover page. So all you got to do now is go to download here at the top left, and it's going to take a few minutes to prepare. Now once this is done, it's going to have a download button here where you simply just download the actual PDF cover. Okay, so once that happens, it's going to take you to this page here where it's going to allow you to download this cover. Okay, so as you can see here at the top right, I could download this to my computer. Okay, so I've already done that. I've already actually downloaded this to my computer. But one thing I want to know, guys, is it literally took me a few minutes to create this design, okay? And I was walking you through it step by step. So I want you to understand this is a very easy side hustle. Anyone can do it, and you could use all the tools that BookBolt allows you to use to create these very, very easily. Okay, so now that we created the cover page, the next step is to create the interior pages of the book itself. Now remember, we're not writing anything. There's no stories. All we gotta do is literally create the lines that go within the book itself. So I'll show you how to do that next. So to create the interior, we're gonna go back to our BookBolt designer, and we're simply going to go to the interior tab here at the top. Okay, so now when I go to the interior designer, as you can see, there's a ton of different templates that you can use depending on what you're creating. Now remember, we're doing a simple notebook, but you can see here online shopping tracker, office organizer, mood tracker, monthly to-do list. Literally tons of things that you can create, you know, to make even more money as you grow this business. Okay, you can see you can do birthday reminders, a ton of different things. Like, it's pretty insane what you can do. Now one more thing I want to show you is there's also Interior Pro. Now Interior Pro allows you to do a lot more advanced things, as you can see here. and you can see it could go up to 240 pages. But we're going to talk about just the simple interior designer here, just the regular one. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a paperback 6x9. Remember, we chose the 6x9 cover, so it has to match exact, and the page count is 100. Okay, and we're going to choose college ruled. Of course, choose whatever you think is going to be best for your book. I'm going to choose college ruled, and I'm going to hit download. Okay, so it's going to do it very quickly. This is the exact same format that you need for Kindle KDP. I'm going to go ahead and download this, and I'm just going to put interior book. So now I have the cover page, and now I have the interior. The next step is to simply upload this to Amazon KDP. So to upload to Kindle KDP or Kindle Direct Publishing, you obviously need an account. Now, I'm not going to go through the whole setup process. That's fairly simple, but you can go to kdp.amazon.com. And as you can see, if you have an Amazon account, it'll simply allow you to log into Amazon KDP. I use the same account for my regular Amazon, and it logs me straight in. Okay, so very, very easy to create an account. Once you do that, it's going to take you to this page here. Okay, so it's going to say create, manage, publish here at the top. What we want to do is hit create here, because this is going to allow us to upload the book that we just created in BookBolt. Okay, so it's going to take you to this page right here. We're going to click on create paperback. This is the option that you want to choose. On the next step here, we're going to choose our language. Obviously, we're going to choose English unless you're doing a different language, but for me, I'm targeting the English market, so that's the language we're going to use. Now, the next part is fairly important. We want to make sure we find a title, or more importantly, a keyword that is searched highly but lower competition. Okay, so this is important. The cool thing about BookBolt is they actually give you the keyword research tool. Okay, so we're actually going to go back to BookBolt, and we're going to go to keywords here on the left. Okay, so this is where we can start figuring out if certain keywords are going to work for this book that we're selling. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, the more research you do with the keywords part of this, the more money you're going to make with this side hustle. All right, so when we start researching the keywords we're going to use for the Amazon KDP title, we're going to go inside of here and start going down the rabbit hole. So obviously, this is about sea turtles. Maybe it's for little girls. We're going to see who this is for. Okay, so I'm going to just type in notebook here, and let's just see what it gives me. Okay, so I'm going to type in notebook. As you can see, we see words like composition notebook, notebook lined notebook, notebook for boyfriend, notebook for girls. Okay, so maybe we can add that in the title. Notebook for women. So we can kind of see what people are typing in. Okay, so I also want to go over here and I'm going to type in sea turtles. Okay, maybe it'll give us some more data on that. Okay, so I'm going to go back over here and let's see what this gives us. Okay, we got sea turtle party, sea turtle pictures. So we can kind of go through and see which one is going to be the best. Okay, so this one only gives us that only gives us a few here, so I'm going to go and type in turtle and see if it gives me anything here. Okay, so I'm going to type in turtle. So we got the turtles. Let me type in something like ocean. Guys, I'm just simply doing some quick research here so we can kind of see what people are typing in. So for me, I'm going to go back to notebook, and I really like the keywords it's giving me here. So I'm seeing a lot of composition notebook. I'm seeing line notebook, notebook for girls. So I'm going to kind of use these in my title. So I'm going to go back, craft the title, and then I'll kind of show you what I did. All right, so I crafted this title right here. It says composition notebook, bright, colorful sea turtles swimming in the ocean. I put in some details, 6 by 9 inches, 100 pages, college ruled. Okay, so basically I went and did the research. I saw that sea turtles swimming in the ocean, bright colors. These are all things that people were searching for, and that's why I added it in the title. Okay, so the next step here, we're not going to have a series unless you have multiple books, maybe a part 2, a part 3 that you can probably do later. No edition number here. The title, I'm just simply going to put my name, Jonathan Montoya. Contributors, we're going to remove that. It's just me. And then description. So this is where you want to go through and add a description. Now I added something real quick. I said perfect line notebook for girls that love sea turtles. Now notice how I'm targeting a certain demographics here. Okay, so I'm targeting girls that love sea turtles, ocean, stuff like that. Okay, so I'm targeting kind of one specific person that's going to be looking for these types of notebooks. So I went ahead and filled out a description based on the keywords that I found and some of what other competitors were doing as well. So next step is publishing rights. I'm just going to put I own the copyright since this is my book and I do own all the rights since we're using that software BookBolt, which gives us all the rights to all the images that we're using. Okay, next step here are the keywords. So I like to go and add the main keywords that we research using BookBolt. So I'm going to go ahead and add some of those keywords. All right, so I went ahead and added some keywords based on the research that I found. Next step is the categories. Now, choosing the correct category is actually really important. And the cool thing is BookBolt will actually do that for you. So if we go back to BookBolt, top right, so if you click on your name here, it's actually going to take you to the KDP categories finder. Okay, so we're going to click on that. Okay, so once we go to the KDP categories, we're going to type in a few keywords. Now, I'm going to start with something like turtle journal. You could do turtle notebook, and let's just see what it tells us. Okay, so juvenile fiction, animals, turtles. So I'm going to actually use that as my first one. So if I go back and we go back to categories here, so we're going to go to juvenile fiction. I believe that's what it said. We're going to go to animals. So I'm going to go back to turtles, and that's going to be the first one here. Okay, so then we could see, does your book classify as any of these types? Low content book. So yes, we're going to type in that. And then we're going to go to the next step. No, it's not adult content. Okay, so this is the next step of the process. So as you can see, we're going to choose publish without ISBN. Okay, we don't need that. As you can see, low content books, notebooks, planners. So we don't need that. Okay, so the next step now is publication date. We're just simply going to choose today. As far as the print options, I'm going to choose black and white interior with white paper. Okay, this is the one that we're going to choose. Now, of course, if it's like a color book that you're uploading, you're going to want to choose standard color interior. For what we're doing, simply just going to be black and white interior with white paper. Okay, so next step here, it's going to default to 6:9. That's what we chose when we created the book. So we're going to keep it there. We're going to choose no bleed here. We're going to use a matte finish. And then simply for the manuscript, we're going to upload the inside of the book. Okay, so these are like the 100 pages that we downloaded from BookBolt. Okay, so I'm going to type in, or I'm going to upload paperback matte, so interior book. Okay, so that's going to go ahead and upload the interior of the book. There we go. Next step here is to simply upload the book cover. So I'm going to go to upload a cover you've already created, PDF only. So I'm going to click on this, upload your book cover, and I'm simply going to click that. Okay, so remember, BookBolt already did all the hard work for us. All we're doing now is simply uploading everything to Amazon KDP. All right, so now that the cover and the manuscript are uploaded, you could simply preview the actual book now that it's uploaded to Amazon KDP. All right, so the next step is to launch the previewer. That way you can see exactly how your book came out, and if you need to make any changes, you can. But typically, the software BookBolt will do everything for you. You don't have to worry about any of those major changes. So, but you could take a look at it if you want. And as you can see here, you can go ahead and preview the whole book. So very, very cool. Now you have a complete book front to back. You got the back cover, front cover already done for you. You got the label. Amazon literally is going to do everything for you. Super, super cool. I'm going to now approve this. So as you can see on the bottom right, let me move my face here. I'm going to approve this here, and we could go to the next step, which is the pricing of the book. Now, when you approve it, it's going to give you a printing cost. So it's going to cost $2.15 to print the book. Now, remember, you're not going to pay this unless you sell the book, which is actually really, really cool. So I'm going to go ahead and hit save and continue here at the bottom. And then we just got to figure out the pricing for this. And then we could simply upload it to Amazon. Now, once we get to the pricing page, we're going to click on all territories, obviously Amazon.com for our marketplace. And right here is where we can add the price. Now, remember, when we first did our research, we found that the average price was about $6.61. So we're going to kind of play around in that price range. Now, if we go back to the similar book that we were modeling, you'll notice that that book is $5.99. Okay, so we're going to maybe price it around that range as well, since we're kind of using the same type of book. Okay, so if we go and let's just do $5.99. like the same thing. Okay, now it's going to give you kind of how much you would make. Okay, so it's going to be $2.15 to print, and you would make $1.44 for every book that you sold. Now, it doesn't seem like a lot, but remember, you're not doing any of the printing, the fulfillment, anything. You're not even paying to put the book on Amazon KDP. All you're doing is designing it. It takes you a few minutes, and you're uploading it to Amazon KDP. Now, obviously, the goal is to make more and more and more books, right? 10, 20, 100, 1,000 books. And obviously, the more you do, the more potential money you're going to make, okay? So that's the goal here. So we're going to go ahead and choose that. I'm just going to do 5. Let's just go a little bit cheaper here. That way, maybe they'll buy our book $5.79. That's fine. We're gonna go down and publish your paperback book. So excited. So I literally have a brand new notebook that I just uploaded to Amazon KDP. It's already on the marketplace. It's ready to go. As you can see, it's already published. Okay, so it looks like they'll actually do a quick review on it, but in my experience, it's pretty quick, especially if it's just a notebook. There's not actual words in it. Typically this will be done in the next few hours or even sooner. Okay, so it really depends on the book you're uploading. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video on Amazon KDP using BookBolt to create these very simple books and uploading them to make money. And you should be making anywhere from $2,000 to even $5,000 per month with this side hustle, especially when you start uploading more and more books and you do the proper research to find keywords that people are searching and low competition. Now, I'm honestly going to be doing more and more of these because this is literally passive income. Once I upload the book to Amazon, I just sit back, relax, either work on my business or do what I want to do. Now, remember, I do have a special coupon code for you guys. It's going to be the first link in the YouTube description. Like I said, click on that and there's going to be a 20% off code that you can use to get 20% off the BookBolt software. With that being said, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you got a ton of value. I'm going to be doing this more and more in the future, so I hope you guys do as well to start making money online. We'll see you on the next one, and God bless.